Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're watching Between Two Shoes. And today, Meg, we are in your category. This is like your, I don't know, this is just your lane. You love this category.
Yeah.
It's Max Cushion. And before we get there, Meg, I threw these on this morning. These are my old Cliftons. These are the original Cliftons.
The OGs.
Yeah, this is not the remake when they came back out with it. This one, when I pulled this out of the box, I was like, holy cow, this thing looks crazy. Because at the time, there was no shoes above like 10 millimeters of foam. This thing looked like a giant moon marshmallow boot.
Yeah.
Now, what's it look like to you?
Just average.
Just average.
I don't know. I'm loving the Max Cush.
So let's go over it. We are talking about the Nimbus, Gel-Nimbus 25 from Asics and
the New Balance More V4.
So this year, which shoe won our shoe of the year for 2022?
This one right here, the More V4. So this was our Max Cushion shoe of the year. It really is just that plush, lovely, easy day ride. It's everything you pretty much want in a Max Cushion shoe.
So let's break it down a little bit. Can you give me some of the stack height and some of the things that we loved about the shoe and some of the things that we were like, this could use some work?
So you've got 34 millimeters of stack in the heel, 30 in the forefoot. It actually looks like more than that, but I guess because
has a little bit of a cup.
where your foot sits, it's 34 and 30. We loved the cushioning underfoot. The only real complaint I think we had was that this upper, it gets a little warm.
I wasn't so concerned with the warmth of the upper. My main knock against this shoe was the tongue. The tongue just kind of slid around a little bit. It's just secured at the bottom. It runs a little wide, and I have a narrow foot, so for me there was tons of room in this upper that maybe I didn't need so much room.
So obviously I have a wider foot. I was perfectly fine with the way it fit. Like I said, my only complaint was that maybe the upper was a little bit warm, but other than that, no issues.
What really shined for me in this shoe was the fresh foam.
Yeah.
It's bouncy, it's responsive, it feels good, it's plush. When your legs are tired or you're doing a recovery run, or even if you're just walking around New York City for hours on end, this cushioning did an amazing job of keeping your feet comfy.
The only other thing is this shoe is not super light. So what, for your size 10 and a half, it was close to 11 ounces, 11.
Oh no, it was over 11.
12.
Yeah, closer to 12.
11.7 ounces.
Yeah, 11.7 ounces for my size 10 and a half, which is on the heavy side, but this is a Max Cushion shoe. I'm not planning on dropping speed work in it. It's just a nice, comfy roller.
Yeah, so my women's 7.5, just for reference, was close to 9 ounces, 8.9. The nicest quality, maybe, it came in at $150.
Fast forward to 2023, and we have something new on the scene. Something that's actually not new, but this year it's new. The Nimbus 25 has been around for 24 other iterations, but this one kind of takes it to the next level.
Immediately, I think what people notice is that you don't see any gel. So while it is still here, it's not visible. They removed it from the forefoot, so now it's just in the heel here. They've increased the stack height, so you have 20% more foam underfoot. You have 6 more millimeters in the forefoot, and I think that's what made a huge difference in this shoe, is that whereas before you kind of had it like die out on toe off, now you get this very lively...
Bottom out would be more how I describe it. Like your foot in the front under your fat pads, which I love saying, is where the shoe would kind of give you a little fatigue. So it was a very cushioned shoe, but it wasn't what I would call a Max Cushion shoe. Now this shoe is squarely in the Max Cushion comfort shoe, and everything about it is comfortable. Contrary to the More V4, this tongue...
Best tongue.
Yes, the
best tongue.
And this upper is very similar as far as a knit upper goes. It fits really well. As you can see in this one, I don't have all that excess room that I have in the More V4. This upper is just dialed in.
And I don't know if we mentioned it, but the stack is over 40 millimeters. So you have 41.5 here in the heel, I think 33.5 in the forefoot. So tons of stack.
Now both shoes have good traction on the bottom. You can see, it's easier to see here on the More V4, but this one has the AHAR Light or Asics Light rubber in the front. And then on this back area here, there is some AHAR Plus. I haven't really had any issues with the grip on either of the shoes.
Nope.
So there I'd say they're pretty equal. As far as cushioning goes, Meg, where would you go as far as fresh foam versus Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco versus the Fresh Foam.
These are probably two of my favorite shoes, so this is a very difficult
It's like children
choice for me. I also feel like this has been like the, your steady girlfriend for so long, and then the pretty girl walks in the room and...
It's that meme where the guy's
What are you
whipping
gonna
his head
do?
around.
So
Megan's got commitment issues.
I don't think one is, like, specifically the midsole foams, I don't think one is superior over the other one.
I wouldn't say necessarily that either one is like that much noticeable over the other one.
Yeah.
This one feels like a max cushion. Like you put this on and it feels like clunkier, a little less, like you don't even look down at it and go running shoe, you go comfortable max cushion cozy shoe. This one still maintains somewhat of that silhouette of a running shoe. Between the aesthetic and the upper, I might be leaning one direction.
One other thing we have to note, a price point is $160, so very comparable in that area as well.
You're getting all the same cushioning, if not more. You got a better fitting upper. I don't know. It's not too tough for me.
I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I don't wanna.
Megan wants both shoes.
Yeah.
And I do think both shoes are really, I mean, we wouldn't have named this max cushion shoe of the year if it wasn't a phenomenal shoe.
Yeah.
So maybe it comes down to brand for some people.
Yeah, I mean, here's the good news for everyone. You can't go wrong with either shoe.
So you're not picking one?
You pick one.
I did.
Okay, so you didn't say it.
I pretty much said this one has a better fitting upper for me. It's an ounce lighter. This one is my champ.
I'm just gonna, we'll leave it with Thomas's.
You're the max cushion queen.
I know,
Everybody
I
needs to
can't
know.
do it.
You do it. You have to pick one.
Asics.
There you go.